We are staying on the story of this terrible Branson duck boat tragedy that left 17 people dead. They range in age from just 1 year old to 76. And this just in, Ride the Ducks, Branson, the company that operates the boat, said that they're going to offer to pay for all related medical bills along with funeral expenses for those 17 people. They're also offering to pay money to assist with any travel or accommodations for family members traveling to services. And you know, one person so deeply affected by this woman, Tia Coleman. She's dealing with the unthinkable. She lost 9 family members on board that boat. And here's what makes it even more difficult. Her husband and 3 children are among the dead. Children ages 9, 7, and 1. So how does this woman even begin to wrap her head around the enormity of this loss? Jeff Gardere, clinical psychologist, is joining me on the story. And Jeff, before we get to that, I want to play for you just a little more of that press conference that Tia held, where she describes this enormous pain that she's feeling. Take a listen.
The captain did say something about life jackets. He said, above you are your life jackets. There's 3 sizes. He said, I'm gonna show you where they are, but you won't need them, so no need to worry. So we didn't grab them. The biggest thing that stood out to me is no matter what, I felt like if I was able to get a life jacket, I could have saved my babies, because they could have at least floated up to the top and somebody could have grabbed them. And I wasn't able to do that. When I finally realized I was rescued, I still wasn't happy because I didn't know where my family was.
I mean, many of us wondered, how is she even able to talk? I mean, is this just a state of shock that she might be in?
Lynn, she's absolutely in a state of shock. I hear it, I see it. My heart and prayers go out to her and her family and the other victims, of course. But yes, she is in emotional shock. What is good about this is she is surrounded by other family and friends, it appears. The medical staff around her certainly have been showing a lot of empathy, not just providing purely medical care. She seems like she's about to be or is stabilized. A lot of water ingestion, which is certainly a concern medically. But the fact that she is surrounded and she's talking and she's letting everyone know how she feels, those feelings of guilt, the feelings of anger, the feelings of course, despondency. Just being able to talk and communicate is so therapeutic right now for her.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, because I remember listening to her over the weekend, and she said something that really gave me the chills. She said, I don't know how I'm going to go home. All I know in my home is laughter and the sound of little feet. I mean, how do you move forward when you've lost your whole family?
Well, certainly it will take many years for her to come to terms with this loss. There will be those evenings, those days where she believes that her family may still be in her home, the ones who perished in this terrible accident. That's part of the psychological process. But more than anything else, it will take years and years of therapy, of spirituality. If she can fall back on her religion, if she is religious, that will be very, very helpful. But she'll have to go through this post-traumatic stress disorder that she will be experiencing. The anxiety, the dysphoria, the nightmares, the anger, the rage, the guilt, as I talked about, the intrusive thoughts, the flashbacks, all of those things are part of the therapeutic process. But what she needs more than anything else is what we call post-traumatic growth. In other words, once she gets through this PTSD, then she has to be able to reconcile why this happened and then be able to move forward in a way that she has never lived her life before, where she is more than just a survivor, where she is a victor. And I predict what she will need to do is to help so many other people who've been through those tragedies, because she is in a club that is very unique, that has felt the pain of losing your children, oh my God, and losing a husband.
And you know, Jeff, I think what you're speaking to there is anyone that has gone through extreme trauma, some good advice of the stages that you might go through, and then really how to handle it. Jeffrey, as always, good to see you, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
And, you know, if anyone would like to help Tia Coleman, there's a campaign that's been set up on GoFundMe. You see there, well over $400,000 has already been raised.